Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, 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 yeah. Lil Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I am the best reporting on the Eagles. Listen, as always, before we get into the meat and potatoes, I gotta let you know that this video was brought to you by Manscaped. Big Manscaped been rocking with us, been one of our greatest sponsors slash partners for a very, very long time, and I'm proud, you know what I'm saying, to announce that we still rocking, we still going strong. Use code Brunson, save 20% off, get the free shipping, and the free shipping I fought for that for y'all. Also, listen, print champs, hurt season beanies, rinse do beanies, hurt season hats. Everything is still on the sale. I'm also announcing a crazy sale that's going on right now with all my merchandise on the Print Champs. Various different hoodies. It's a lot of stuff on sale right now. Use code BULLY10 to get an additional 10% off, man. Go over there and grab some hoodies, man. Everybody, I got joggers up there now and everything. I got ski masks up there now. Should be by now. Go up there and get your winter on, especially with one of these crispy hurt season beanies, man. Tap in. So this is what we're going to do today. You know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about, you know what I'm saying, just how we stack up against other playoff teams. Let's talk about how we stack up against the rest of the NFC and these playoff teams that, that are going to be in the postseason. I'm going to go down the whole list because I don't know who we're actually going to be playing. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to go down the whole list of how we stack down. I think it's good to do that. You know what I'm saying? When you in the playoffs, you could do stuff like that. When you're not in the playoffs, you kind of got to be quiet after next week. For real, if you already eliminated, you probably should just be quiet right now. We don't want to hear nothing that you got to say. You know what I'm saying? If anybody talking to you about football, now is the time where you get to ask yourself this question, Eagles Nation. Are they in the playoffs? If not, the conversation is over. If they are in the playoffs, everybody's 0-0, so we could talk how we want to talk to anybody in this conference. Period. And that's just how I'm feeling, man. So let's start with the Green Bay Packers. Now, I'm going to skip the quarterback comparisons because we have the least experienced quarterback, in the National Football Conference postseason right now. He's never played a playoff game. And every other quarterback that's in the playoffs in our conference has played a playoff game. Some even have won Super Bowls. You got GOATs in the playoffs, in the NFC. So, we're going to start with the Packers. They win the battle of quarterbacks. Everybody will win the battle of quarterbacks. So, like I said, I'm going to skip it. Then you got to go from quarterbacks. Then I'm going to go to offensive line with the Green Bay Packers. They don't win that. You know what I'm saying? We probably got the best offensive line in the conference. They don't win that. You go to running backs or running game. We win that as well with the Green Bay Packers. Now, you can go to, wide receiver core with Green Bay. You got to give Green Bay the nod for the wide receiver core, but that's cool. That's cool. You also will give Green Bay the nod with the defensive backs. That's cool. You know what I mean? Overall defense, you probably got to give Green Bay the nod for overall defense as well. Because, listen, man, Green Bay is 13-3. 13-3. There's not a lot of flaws on this team. They've even resurrected the career of guys like, Rasul Douglas and so forth. And so, Aaron Rodgers is there. They got a star-studded offense. So, Green Bay would be a difficult matchup, especially going out there up to Lambeau to play them. Because that's where we would have to go on the road to play everybody that we playing. You know what I mean? So I like, Green Bay is a better playoff team than us right now. But let's talk about pedigree. Let's talk about moxie. Let's talk about guts. Green Bay is used to making it this far and dropping the ball. The Philadelphia Eagles have won a more recent Super Bowl than Green Bay, and we got more Super Bowl champions on our roster than Green Bay. So in terms of pedigree, I like us. Now, head coach. Green Bay head coach, they win a lot of games. They've been doing that for a while. But, I'm going to give Green Bay the nod in the head coaching department as well. Let's go to the Rams, man. Quarterback, I gotta give it to Stafford, but it's not by a lot for real. I'm gonna keep it a bean because Stafford, in my opinion, is not that great in the playoffs. He's been in the playoffs 1 or 2 times with Detroit. Stafford, if everything ain't going right around him, then he's not gonna win that game. So I'm going to give it to Stafford, but it's really not by a mile. You know what I'm saying? Offensive line, that's definitely going to the Philadelphia Eagles. Defensive line, you got to get after them. They got Aaron Donald. You know what I mean? They got some pieces over there. Secondary, you might got to give that to them as well. Jalen Ramsey and them safeties that they got over there, they be playing ball. Linebacker, you got to listen. Everybody on paper will beat us in the department. You know what I'm saying? except for offensive line and running game. You know what I mean? So, on paper, the Rams are also a better team than us. You know what I'm saying? But we can beat the Rams. We can beat the Rams. It'll be a long shot against the Packers, but I feel like the Rams, if they're not having a perfect game, we could catch the Rams slipping, especially if we make it an ugly game. So I like our chances against a team like the Rams. Now, Tampa Bay. Quarterback, of course, they got Brady. Running game, this might be the this is a good running team. They can run the ball when they want, but we got the better running game. We got the better offensive line. I think we actually got a better defensive line than those guys as well. I think we got a better second. Our secondary can be better than theirs as well. You know what I mean? I think a lot of our problem is, how our coach decides to, approach the game. But, we can beat the Buccaneers. I will feel confident going into a matchup in the first round against the Buccaneers because they've shown cracks in their armor. They've shown it. They've been shut out by the Saints. They lost to the Saints twice. They had a tussle with the Jets. And then with this recent debacle with Antonio Brown, I would like our chances against a team like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They're in the media for all the wrong reasons right now. And, I just would like our chances against those dudes. The Dallas Cowboys, I would love our chances against the Dallas Cowboys. This is a team that has shown signs of a struggling quarterback for about 6 weeks. Honestly, we calling a spade a spade. We got the better offensive line. They might have the closest run game to us. I would say they have the better defense. Hands down, probably they got the better defense. They got some young guys that's contributing at a high level. But quarterback is really, really close with this one for me. Really, really close. I think actually, I think Jalen Hurts played better down the stretch towards the end of the season than Dak Prescott did. If the Philadelphia Eagles win this game against the Dallas Cowboys, you're talking about a 10-7 team and an 11-6 team. We right there. We right there with them dudes. We're right there with them dudes. If we win this game, then we came one game short of winning the division. For real, for real. So these dudes really don't scare me, man. They've lost at home. They've lost on the road. They look bad against bad teams that we've easily disposed of. So, this is a good matchup for us. Then you got the Arizona Cardinals. I think the only thing the Arizona Cardinals got over us for real was hype. Now, Kyler Murray, it's real arguable. He's also looked shaky down the stretch as opposed to Jalen Hurts looking good down the stretch. So I like the quarterback matchup against the Cardinals and the quarterback matchup against the Dallas Cowboys the most going into the postseason. But I will say this, the Arizona Cardinals, I think they have just a slightly more, dependable team as far as playmakers go. Like whoever's in there, Jalen Reagor can make plays. Who would that be? AJ Green? He could make plays. You know what I'm saying? DeAndre Hopkins, I'm not sure if he's playing or not, but that could hinder them. That's a matchup that I like. I like us against the Arizona Cardinals. I think we knock the Arizona Cardinals out if we end up playing the Arizona Cardinals. Now, you still got to actually talk about the San Francisco 49ers because the 49ers have to play the Rams. If the 49ers beat the Rams, the 49ers are in. So that's going to be a really, really exciting game right there. If the 49ers beat those guys, the 49ers would be in. And if the Cardinals beat the Seahawks, the Cardinals would move up to a division win. The Cardinals would move up to, leading that division. They'll flip up to the 2 seed, actually, which would be crazy. Like, it's crazy how this seeding is falling into place. A lot of these teams really, really got to play the last week out. The Philadelphia Eagles really don't have to play the last week out. I don't even think the Dallas Cowboys have to play the last week out. Like, what do they gain? They're not going to get the number 1 seed. So, they would be in a position, in my opinion, to rest their guys as well. Maybe they play and try to beat us or try to lose to us to avoid playing us a third straight time the very next week. That would be in their best interest because I don't think they want to see us. Nobody on this list wants to go against the type of rushing attack that we pose. You know what I mean? We might be the most, I would say short-handed team as far as talent goes and experience in these situations, but we're the most dangerous team on this list. If these other guys win, it's because they were supposed to, most likely. If the Philadelphia Eagles win, then we exposed one of these teams on this list with our running game. And nobody wants to have to put all their eggs in their basket to say, hey, we got to shut this team's run down if we're going to beat them. Because if you're trying to shut our run down and you can't stop us from running, then you're going to get exposed in the postseason. That's the bottom line. And with all this weather coming up the East Coast, We are ready. We are ready, and we're in prime position to knock one of these dudes off. I can't wait to see who our opponent is. So that's just a little bit of how I feel like we stack up against these guys. The 49ers, man, I actually think we got the better quarterback in that one, if the 49ers make it. I think we got the better quarterback in that matchup. We got the better offensive line. I think their defense is slightly better than ours. I think, they're a little grittier. I think their wide receiver core is better. But, listen, when you look at this, we belong up here. If not us, who's supposed to be here? Who's supposed to be here if it's not us? Who? Think about it. Who's supposed to be here if it's not us? The Saints? We beat the Saints. Who's supposed to be here if it's not us? You know what I mean? Granted, we didn't beat any of these other guys that's in the playoffs, but we didn't play a lot of them. We only played the Bucks in Dallas. You know what I mean? So who's supposed to be here if not us? And if you're not here, that's tough. Let me know what y'all think in the comments of how we stack up against these teams. You know what I'm saying? Listen, we might look like we appear to be the weaker team on paper. I mean, against everybody else that's in the postseason, but I do believe that we got more than a puncher's chance of taking somebody out, man. I can't wait to see who the opponent is. Like I said, let me know what you think in the comments, man. Goat Talk Philly Mike channel tonight, 7 p.m.